You don't need to do 2 hours. But how often do we, myself included, as parents, go home and turn on ESPN or NCIS or whatever it is, Dancing with the Stars, right? I don't know, what's your favorite? How often do we do that? Now, parents, I'm not picking on you. Can I tell you a secret? Being a parent is like playing sports. If you're batting .333, you're doing a really good job. If you're shooting 50%, great job. It's not easy being a parent. Can I tell you a personal experience? Is that all right? My daughter's a sophomore in high school this year. She's got ADD, really severe learning disability. She's a great kid. She's wonderful with children. But if she gets to a 50-question test, she struggles. 30 she can manage, and she works hard. And she's pulling over a 3.0, but she's working hard every night, several hours. She wanted to get her driver's permit. By the way, she about killed me driving the other day. She wanted to get, parents, you ever have your kid turn in the intersection when they're not supposed to turn? Saw my life pass right in front of me. I kept thinking, I made a mistake doing this for my kid. She wanted to pass her driver's permit. And you know what? She struggled with it. It was a 50-question test. Didn't pass it the first 4 times. She needed an 80. She was getting a 72, 78, 76, 74. And she said after about the 4th time, she said, you know what, Dad? Forget it. I'll just take driver's ed in school and I'll pass it then. I said, Carly, I love you. I'm going to take you up there every day. She goes, well, you work so hard. You're working all these hours, you travel. I said, no, I want to do this. I'm going to take you up there every day. We're going to take the test every day. I'll study with you every night. Now, I'm probably a 333 parent. I'm not perfect. I travel a lot. I do seminars like this, and I talk to you and your kids. But I wanted to do this thing this summer. You know how many trips we had to take? She failed it 23 times. And she wanted to quit. And I said, no, people don't remember how many times you fail. They only remember how many times you succeed. And we're going to do this together. And I'm going to take you up there every day. And finally, bam, she nailed it. And I mean, proudest day of my life as a parent. I got another daughter that's a 4.0 student, and it's not hard for her. But this is one of the proudest days for me as a parent. In fact, I was so proud of her, I said, you know what? You did such a good job, I'm going to let you drive home on the freeway. That was a mistake. We now have fingerprints indented into our dashboard. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a perfect parent. If you're a perfect parent, I want you to come up when you're done and shake my hand, because God bless you. None of us are perfect. But we can be perfect in correcting our mistakes, can't we? We can go back and say we're sorry. We can recreate relationships. And here's what happened to Trevor. This is where I started. Trevor changed his attitude. Trevor went out and started working on his skills and doing what we call an hour of power a day. An hour for academics, an hour for athletics, over and above what everybody else was doing. There's 168 hours in the week. We're talking about 7% of your week being put into personal development. An hour for academics, more than what you do, an hour for athletics. Get comfortable doing an hour of power if you want to play in college. Do that hour of power. Trevor developed the hour of power. And you know what? He had no game film from his junior year. Coach didn't take game film, okay? Wasn't his responsibility. I mean, I'd like to have seen him do it. He didn't. So now what do? We're stuck. I said, Trevor, go out and get a quarterback, get a lineman, get 2 defensive linemen, and show yourself working on running back moves. So stutter step, stop and go, spin moves, and go full speed against these guys and have them try to tackle you and show it on film. And now you're a defensive back, be on the line, sports position, shoulders in front of the knees, backing up, balance, boom, plant, shoulders are forward, explode quickly ahead. Now he's heard from 30 colleges. Starts out this year, first 2 games, over 100 yards per game. What changed?
Attitude.
Hour of power, attitude, positive words, positive actions. Not just from Trevor, but from his parents. Because here's what they had to email to us. Someone asks you, parent, about your coach. This is the only thing you're allowed to say. You're going to print it out, you're going to tape it up on your refrigerator and on your bathroom mirror. Are you willing to do that? Yes, coach. Very good. Here's the only thing you're allowed to say. What do you think about the coach? The coach is doing a good job. The coach is working hard with the kids. We fully support the coach. Yeah, but come on, what do you really think about it? Tell me the truth. Come on, we've been friends for 10. Tell me the truth. The coach is doing a good job. That's all they were allowed to say. And you know what? They started to believe it. And you know what? The coach had less pressure. The coach had more support. And it doesn't matter if you like the play a coach runs or not, because you're not there every day. You're not. And I remember coaching in high school. I had an assistant coach that I trained when he was a sophomore at a private Catholic school all the way through senior year. He was a 5'5" point guard, played NCAA Division II on a full ride. He was good. He came back, he'd coached in college. He was my assistant coach at a private school. And we were not allowed to recruit at all. I mean, we were the bad news bears when we got this program. So a couple years in, he runs the defense and he says, Coach, can we press now? Can we press now? Well, here's the problem. We could press, but two of our 5 guys were like a sieve. So if we put on a press, they were getting layups at the other end. So finally, the last game of the year, we're playing at home, and we're playing against this team that is 5th in the state, and the coach thinks that he's just going to come in and walk on us. And he doesn't start his starters. 2 of his starters were D1 kids, 6'8" kid and a 6'5" point guard. Doesn't start them. I saw the kids walking out from their team, and I turned to my assistant coach and I said, now you can press. We were up 15-0 before the guy could get his kids off the bench. We won going away by 13. You got to play with what you can do in the situations you have. And you got to understand that every time you see a coach, don't talk to him on game day unless you're saying, hi, coach, that's it. Don't talk to him. When you do see him after game day, coach, thank you for working with my son or daughter. Be generous, be gracious, be good, be positive. It'll all come back. And if your kid needs to get better, then help him get better. You don't have to go put 2 hours a day in with them, but find 30 minutes because it'll be one of the best experiences of your life. I've learned the hard way from experience that that's true. So let's just talk about a few things you can do, and then we'll wrap up. Talked about the hour of power. If you're a student athlete, you need to do more if you want to get more and if you want to be more. So we're talking about an hour of power. This is very simple. Definition of a player is this. First on the floor, last out the door. Put in extra time. Oh, I know. I get it. You're a field sport. Your baseball, your soccer, your volleyball, your field hockey, your lacrosse. First on the field, last one to yield. Same rules apply. Put in your hour of power. That's the first thing you can do. Parents, recognize that a relaxed athlete is a better performing athlete. When they get in the car with you after a game or after a practice, ask them how it went and have them tell you 2 things that they did right. And if they can't think of any, well, did you try your best? Did you run your hardest? Did you encourage your teammates? Then that will make you better. Don't coach them when they get in the car. I love my dad. My dad and I are best friends. He played Division I football at University of Richmond, and I was a basketball guy. But I'd get in the car, and he'd start talking about my trajectory on my shot. Well, Dad, I just scored 32 points. Yeah, but you could have had 38. My dad and I are great. Okay, but tell them something positive they did and leave it at that. Go get them an ice cream, take them out to eat. They'll open up and talk if you let them, won't they? I mean, I got 2 daughters that never quit talking. If I let them talk, I mean, off they go. So do that, and you'll have a much better experience. Last thing I want to share with you, and I said this at the beginning, is that college recruiting is not a privilege. It is a process. There are steps to this that you need to take. Now, the organization that I work with, we're a unique group of current and former college coaches all around the country. And we go and we talk as a public service to parents and student athletes like this group tonight all over the country. And we're happy to do it. And we're hoping that some of the things we've talked about tonight are useful for you. What we do is we work with student athletes all over the country. And we handpick the athletes we work with. Because we understand if you're on track to play in college or not. And if you're not on track, you know what we're going to do? We're going to tell you where you're at and what you need to do in order to get to where you want to go. So what I want you to do, can I borrow this? If you filled out this form and you want to talk to a college coach recruiter, turn this in and we will get a hold of you. Okay? If you're serious about wanting to play in college. We do turn down half the athletes that we interview, but we will tell you where you're at and we'll help you to get to where you want to go. The reason we turn down athletes is we've had 100% of the student athletes we work with get multiple college opportunities. We understand what's going on out there and that college coaches don't have the money to come find you. Now, we talked about a lot of things tonight. This is a book put together by a team of college coaches. And I brought some of these with me tonight. And there are a lot of things in this book that can be of help to you. What is college sports? Key recruiting terms and definitions. How do I know if I'm good enough to play college sports? How do I get seen by college coaches? How do I develop a player profile? And at the end, what you'll see is that we have, for 45 different sports, put together what we call a college competition evaluator. And with this, it'll tell you what governing bodies from NCAA Division I to Division III to NAIA have your sport and at what level. It'll tell you what the minimum criteria are that they look for at different levels from Division I to Division III for your sport. If there are times involved or scores like tennis, golf, swimming, those times will be in there. If there are not times involved, it will give you a very clear idea of where you need to be on track. We sell these for $20. If you want one, you're welcome to come up and get one afterwards. If you want to get one later, it's $30 because we got to ship it to you. I want to leave you with one thought tonight. Opportunity to play in college comes along once in your lifetime. If you're serious about it, student athletes, don't hesitate to move forward because you're not sure if you can do it or not. I promise, if you'll put in an hour of power, that you can accomplish what you want to. If you don't put in the hour of power, and think about how many hours a week, a day, you do this, and you do Facebook, and you do all that other stuff, that 5 years from now won't mean diddly. I mean, can you really remember what you texted a month ago, or what you Facebooked 2 months ago? And is that helping you to become a better student? And is it helping you to become a better athlete? I think not. Now, if you have discovered a way for this and Facebook to help earn you $100,000 to $150,000 for college, I have a job for you. You come talk to me. But I don't think that's going to get the job done. Let me leave you with one final thought. It's from Coach Gerald Oliver, the coach at the University of Tennessee. And what he said was, it is not the college coach's job to find every potential student athlete. It is the student athlete's job to find every potential college opportunity, because the numbers are so disproportionate. Last thing I'll share with you is this. We call this a sportism. When effort stops, excuses start. When excuses stop, effort starts. Let me repeat that. When effort stops, excuses start. When excuses stop, effort starts. I wish all of you the best of luck. If you have any questions, I've got, by the way, Coach Bill Miller, raise your hand, please. Coach Bill Miller is down here in Southern California. He played at the University of Utah in football, and he lives in the Corona area. He came out here to join us tonight, and we'll both be available to answer any questions for you when you come down, if you have any this evening. Thank you very much for letting us come.